Harry's wife. F you, Chuck. Harry's wife always looks to do what she wants. That's the nature of the narcissist. Believing that she's the centre of the universe, believing that she's far more important than everybody else, her needs must always come first. She believes herself to be the supreme being on this planet, nay, the universe. She's haughty, dismissive, arrogant, doesn't care for anybody, but creates the impression of caring for people as a means to draw them in and manipulate them for the purpose of controlling them and drawing fuel from them. To lay her hands on those character traits and those all-important residual benefits. And one of the considerable residual benefits to Harry's wife is that of money. Whether it is cash money, huge bank transfers, or, of course, gifts. I've explained elsewhere in a video the way that the narcissist behaves with regard to gifts, and I'd invite you to watch that. But here, according to the Daily Express and an article by Emily Hodgkin, Harry's wife hasn't worn her £15,000 wedding gift from Charles for over a year. Now, of course, it's not mandatory that you have to wear a gift from somebody each and every day. You'd wear it intermittently. But it would appear that Harry's wife hasn't worn it for over a year for the purposes, of course, of triangulating Charles with the object by omission. Quite simply saying, fuck you. Harry's wife was given a £15,000 bracelet, which was glimpsed for the first time on the eve of her wedding, and it was a gift from King Charles to welcome her to the royal family. He in effect uses bribery, triangulating her with the gift for the purposes of asserting control over her by doing something which is seen as pleasant, so that she'll respond favourably, demonstrating that she's under control and providing him with fuel. It also amounts, of course, to a residual benefit for her, and therefore she would gladly accept it. Naturally, this particular magpie being attracted by shiny, pretty things. As a somatic narcissist, jewellery is something that is of particular importance to Harry's wife. The gorgeous piece of jewellery was created for the Duchess by royal warrant holders Bentley and Skinner. Made of 92 round, brilliant cut diamonds, weighing a total of 2 carats, set in white gold, may have cost up to £15,000. The touching gesture from Prince Charles, who would walk the soon-to-be Duchess down the aisle in lieu of her own father, was an appropriate way to welcome Harry's wife to the family, given Bentley and Skinner's royal connection. The jewellery, based in Burlington Arcade, Piccadilly, London, are jewellers by royal appointment to King Charles, as at the time was also to Her Majesty the Queen. The company began supplying jewellery to the royal family during Queen Victoria's reign. It has created aristocratic jewellery, including a diamond coronet for his wife, Louisa Cavendish, Duchess of Devonshire. Not sure whose wife they're referring to, but anyway. Or who that is when they're referring to that person being the wife. Harry's wife wore the bracelet often during early days as a working royal. She would, of course, do so because Charles was in her golden period. As her future father-in-law and then father-in-law, he was viewed favourably by her, taken off the shelf and dealt with in a manner of a favourable means. And it was officially revealed to be a gift from Charles during Harry's wife and Harry's first royal tour in Fiji. Prior to this, Harry's wife had worn the gift to Charles's 70th birthday celebrations as a sweet tribute. But it would appear that the Duchess hasn't worn the gift in almost a year. According to the style blog, Harry's Wife's Mirror, the mum of two last wore the bracelet on April the 17th, 2022, during the Invictus Games in The Hague, also known as the Harry's Wife Games. She wore the bracelet with a chic white blazer, jeans, designer sunglasses and heels. But since then, the Duchess has favoured other jewellery. This includes a £20,000 Cartier tank watch in gold, given to her by Prince Harry, who was left the piece by his late mother, Princess Diana, Diana, Princess of Wales. She has matched the piece with her Cartier love bracelet, worth £6,600. That, of course, was given to her by Trevor Engelson. See elsewhere in my video about why she continues to wear that. It's not known why the Duchess has consigned her bracelet from Charles to the jewellery box for now, but a lot has changed for the royal family since she has wore the bracelet. When Harry's wife was last wearing the bracelet, she and her husband were filming for their anticipated Shitflix documentary series, which completed filming by August 2022, just a few months before Harry and the Duchess attended the Platinum Jubilee National Service of Booing in June 2022. Sadly, the Queen died in September 2022. Well, the reason why it has been consigned for the jewellery box is that Charles is now painted black. As a consequence of the fact that he has failed to offer the requisite apology demanded by Harry's wife, he is painted black, which means everything about him is painted black, including his gifts. And therefore, she doesn't wear it because when she sees it, she is reminded of Charles, and her narcissism recalls he's painted black, and therefore he's not seen in a favourable light. And therefore it's appropriate, driven by her narcissism, that she doesn't wear the bracelet. Furthermore, the failure to wear it, not that necessarily Charles will be noticing this, is her way of sending a subtle fuck you to Charles by showing, I'm not wearing it, I'm not wearing it, I'm not wearing it. Her narcissism's expectation would be that he would witness that and be upset by it, thus demonstrating that he was under control and, furthermore, enabling the provision of fuel. In the circumstances, it's highly unlikely that Charles would actually see it, but she would anticipate the fact of his potential displeasure at not seeing her wearing the bracelet, and it will give her a smug smirk of satisfaction as a consequence of the receipt of the thought fuel. In the circumstances, her omission is driven again by her narcissism. And narcissists will often triangulate you. We triangulate you with people, events, and objects. And we both triangulate you through the commission of an event, but also the omission. So we may triangulate you by inviting you to an event, but also by not inviting you, but inviting other people, and that you know that, and therefore you feel left out and hurt. We may triangulate you with an object. In some instances, we buy them for you, or we make frequent reference to something that you might have bought for us. And similarly, when you're painted black, we stop making reference to it. We stop wearing the item, as is the case here. In other instances, we might triangulate you with people, talking about someone favourably, or, in other instances, comparing them unfavourably to you, pointing out that you're better than them, often done in the golden period. Here, Harry's wife is triangulating with an object by no longer wearing it for the purpose, as always, of asserting control and drawing fuel. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.